The first product we want to describe in more detail is our Pet Care Facility 3-year financial plan. It's an Excel product to develop your capital budget, look at your startup costs, 3 years of P&Ls, and a cash flow. Why do I need this? Well, first of all, this is a big financial project. You need to make sure you have a complete understanding of the financials. This will also serve as the cornerstone for your financial presentation for not only yourself, but any investors and certainly any banks you use to develop your financing. It's also your future roadmap for success. Up front, you've got it all worked out. If everything works like this, it's going to do well. So as you run the business, you can go back and check with this, where am I on track, where am I off track? The benefits of this product: it has the complete P&L line items from an ongoing pet care facility, so you know everything's going to be ready. It's pre-programmed in Excel, therefore it's easy for you just to put in the numbers you need, and if you need to go back and change numbers, easy to go in and change the numbers. It's detailed, but as I'm going to show you, it's got a lot of automatic summary pages, so you don't get lost in the forest for the trees and you can look at the big picture. So let's take a more detailed look at the actual product. So I now have the 3-year financial plan up in Excel. Here's your tabs across the bottom. So we've got a templates overview, which tells you what's in every one of these tabs, what your inputs are, and why it's important for you. Then we've got our input pages, our year 0 P&L, or the 6 months before you open your doors where you don't have revenue but you have to capture your expenses. Your revenue planners, everything comes zeroed out. Your inputs are always in blue. So it's as simple as, if you think your average rate is going to be $45 in boarding, you just put that in for the first year, and then you just simply put in how many dogs you're going to get a month, and all that's automatically calculated for you. Same thing for daycare, and the same thing for the 3 years of the financial plan. You do the same thing with your grooming revenue, if you're going to have grooming revenue, or to leave it zeroed out if you're not. Same thing with cat boarding, any retail sales. And then you've got your revenues for your year 1. Anything in light blue you input for, so your smaller revenue items, different services, you just input that here. If you think you're going to do $200, you put that in there. Same thing, let's see, $250 this month. And of course it adds across and down. So you do that for your year 1 P&L for your revenue and your expenses, year 2, year 3, and then it goes into some nice summaries. Here's the full yearly comparison that automatically picks up those numbers you would just input. Here's your capital budget. Here's your cash flow planner. And that's basically it. So now let's take a look at one that's actually more in finished form. This one right here, you can see somebody has completed the full revenue plan, boarding and daycare by month for years 1, years 2, years 3. Same thing for their grooming revenue, cat boarding, retail sales, their year 1 P&L. Now all those revenue numbers, daycare, boarding, grooming, cat boarding, retail products, those automatically transfer in from your other worksheets. And as I mentioned previously, your service items you just manually fill out. So you have that for your year 1, year 2, year 3. But as I said, it's important not to get caught up in the minutia of some of the by month, by year, particularly when you're presenting to a financial investor or the bank. So these are the real keys. Here's your summary pages, which automatically brings over your year 0, your year 1, in terms of the absolute dollars in your forecast, what percentage of revenue comes from what line item. Your year 2, same thing, and it also shows what's the percentage change by line item year by year, same thing for year 3. So it gives you a really nice overview of 3 years of the financials, where you've got very good supporting detail behind it, but Here's the 1,000-foot view on it. Here's your capital budget somebody inputted. The cash flow summary. Now all these numbers in white are transferred over from your previous pages, and you just put in, again, all your inputs are in blue, your starting cash position, when your loans come in, when your capital contributions come in, etc. And then we talked about your yearly comparison being the 1,000-foot view. Here then is kind of the 10,000-foot view that brings everything together automatically and shows your year 0, year 1, your cumulative amount, year 2, year 3, and it shows your capital costs, revenue, expenses, profit and loss, EBITDA or earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization, and for your first 18 months cash flow. So as you can see, it's set up to be very thorough, but also have very detailed summaries and to have very good and easy inputs for you.